to the Get Fit for a Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Jo, and today we're tackling a topic that's familiar to most of us, and that's yo-yo dieting. I'll be covering how we break the cycle of yo-yo dieting and how we can move forwards to achieve some real sustainable weight loss. So let's dive in. First up, let's talk about what yo-yo dieting is. So what I mean by yo-yo dieting is that roller coaster of weight loss and weight gain that really often occurs as a result of quick fix diets. You know the ones. They promise rapid results. They have you living off super low calories for a few weeks or cutting out whole food groups, but they aren't really sustainable in the long run. The problem here is not just the physical strain on your body of dieting on super low calories, but also the emotional toll it takes and the impact it has on your relationship with food. So putting back on all of the weight that you lost, maybe even a little bit more, is really frustrating and disheartening. You'll have put in loads of effort, probably an awful lot of sacrifice, probably been miserable in the process and grouchy, and you end up right back where you started. So what I really want you to take away from this podcast episode is that sustainable weight loss starts and ends with behaviour change. You've probably heard the saying, the definition of madness is to keep doing the same thing and expect the outcome to be different. Behaviour change for the long term is key. It's not just what you eat, it's about your entire lifestyle. You need to think about the habits or the diets that have led you to where you are now. Do you find yourself eating out of boredom or stress? Are you a comfort eater? Do you skip meals and then overeat? Identifying patterns like these is your first step to moving forward and working out how you need to change your behaviour. It's okay to start small too. In fact, that's probably the best thing to do. So maybe just choosing a healthier breakfast. Perhaps if you skip breakfast as a matter of course, choose a healthy breakfast, maybe a piece of fruit, or go for a walk every day. Small changes that you make, small behaviour changes, really will lead to big results over time. So talking about breakfast, that moves me neatly onto one of my favourite topics, food. Who says you can't have your cake and eat it? Sustainable weight loss isn't about cutting out everything that you love. It's about finding balance and moderation. If you love chocolate, like me, have a piece. Just don't eat the whole bar. It's about finding a way to enjoy what you love without going overboard. Next, I want to talk about calories. I know calorie counting can be a nightmare and it's a big turn off for a lot of people. There are apps out there, I'm sure you know, to help. But here's the thing. With calorie counting, always remember it's not about strict numbers. It's about understanding what your body needs, roughly. And each of us has different requirements based on our lifestyle, our metabolism, our age. There won't be one calorie count number that works for you. You need to sit in a range. The key to finding the range that works for you, one that doesn't leave you starving, but helps you slowly and steadily lose weight without feeling over-restricted or without having to put your life on hold and without having to cut out whole food groups. It's also important to remember that calorie counts on packets are great guides, yeah, they're really helpful. But did you know they're not that accurate? In the UK and the EU, they are allowed by law to be wrong by up to 20%. So when you look at, I don't know whether it's a ready meal or a bar of chocolate or a health bar that you've bought, it could be either 20% higher or 20% lower calories than it actually says it is on the packaging. Another variable is your scales. They may not be 100% accurate. In fact, they're probably not 100% accurate. When was the last time you had it calibrated? Like never. And the other thing to bear in mind is recording 100% of everything that you put in your mouth in a day is nigh on impossible, even for the most perfect of us. Over the course of a week, a month, a year, you will not capture everything. There will be a few guessed weights, a few guessed portion sizes, a few forgotten mouthfuls. It's inevitable. You're human, yeah? Don't stress about it. No matter how much you try to be perfect, just accept it's life, that your calorie counting will not be perfect. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't panic if you go over your range by a little. Don't give up because you have not been perfect. Recognize that the whole process is about being moderate, about being balanced, and about finding a range that works for you without being fixated on a quick fix or that's the solution, I've got to do exactly that. So now I'm going to move on to exercise and really just flag that resistance training is your friend. It's not about losing weight. Muscles are calorie burners, but an extra pound or two of muscle over your whole body, if you're lucky enough to be able to build that, isn't going to make a massive difference to how much calories you burn at rest. But as we naturally lose muscle as part of the aging process, it's important that we do what we can to retain what we've already got. Retaining that muscle will take a focused effort. So it's important that you put some kind of resistance training into your routine, whether that's weights or body weight exercises. And ladies, please don't worry about bulking up. It takes a lot of specific training to get to look like a bodybuilder or super big weights on a lady. Our hormones just don't naturally allow it to happen that easily. I also want to cover the important aspect that's often overlooked, and that's NEAT, N-E-A-T, or for its long name, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Sounds fancy, but it's just a technical way of talking about the calories that you burn doing everyday activities. So things like walking, standing, even fidgeting, they all contribute to your NEAT, your daily calorie burn, without you even realising it. And what this means is if you increase your daily steps, that is a fantastic way to boost your NEAT, the calories that you burn every day. So if you aim for, say, between 7,000 and 10,000 steps a day, if you're currently not moving very much, that can significantly increase your calorie expenditure and help you keep and sustain the weight loss and improve your health as well at the same time. And here's the best part. Unlike intense cardio, increasing your step count typically doesn't lead to excessive hunger. So it's sustainable, it's low impact if you're getting a little bit older and those joints are beginning to ache. So it's a great way to enhance your fitness regime, especially if you're one of the many people who finds that if you do a HIIT workout or another high intensity cardio workout, you find you get really hungry afterwards. That can lead to overeating, and that can lead to you cancelling out the calories that you've burnt during a workout. If you're navigating perimenopause, I have a special note. This time of your life brings a lot of changes, and it's important to approach fitness with a slow and steady wins the race mentality. Any quick fixes or extreme fitness regimes will wreak havoc on your hormones, and they're already going through a lot. So please don't do that to yourself. Instead, focus on gradual, consistent efforts, gentle exercises, walking, activities that bring you joy are your best allies. Remember, your body is already dealing with a lot, so be kind and patient with it. Embracing a more gentle approach to fitness doesn't just respect your body's current state, it sets you up for long-term success and well-being. And if you're not having any particular symptoms that are affecting your energy levels or your mood, and you do feel able to do those harder workouts, well, fine, do them. If they work for you, do them. I'm not saying don't do them. I'm just saying be aware of what your body is feeling day to day, week to week, month to month, and adjust. And don't treat walking or gentle exercises as a cop-out, because you really do need to listen to your body, and things will change over time. There'll be times when you can absolutely go for it, do that big workout, and there'll be times where actually a walk around the block is as much as you can give that day, and that's fine. So whether you're stepping up to your daily walks or finding peace in a gentle yoga flow, remember it all counts. It's not about sweating it out every single workout. It's about listening to your body, respecting its needs, especially during times of change. So this brings me to the most important point: behaviour change for life. Remember, you're not on a diet, you're changing your life. It's about creating a lifestyle that you can sustain forever, for life. And this means making choices that you're happy to live with long term, not just until you hit a goal weight, yeah? I know that all those quick fix diets out there are tempting. I get it. But honestly, they're not the solution. There is no magic pill, sadly, for lasting weight loss. It's about creating and sticking to new healthy habits. It's a journey, and like any journey, it has ups and downs, but it will be worth it. So, with that, I've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found some valuable insights and inspiration to take you into your own fitness journey. Stay tuned for more tips, stories, and advice in the upcoming episodes. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye.